Alright guys, welcome back to the second update on Tropical Cyclone Judy, which has actually made a landfall over one of the Vanuatu islands today. It's expected to make a landfall over the island where the capital is. I forgot what the capital is called now, but it is expected to make a landfall where the capital is. I think it's Port Vila. It's going to make a landfall there very shortly, or it already has made a landfall with potentially powerful winds, mainly a heavy rainfall throughout this time though. It's a big change of what's happening to this storm with a very well developed eye wall. You'll see that later on in the video, so make sure to stick around for now. Currently the storm has maximum sustained winds from the JTWC's latest advisory of 100 miles per hour. That's 160 kilometers per hour, gusting with winds of 130 miles per hour. It's moving south at 11 miles per hour and it has made a landfall currently. However, it is probably off land right now, but we kept it as just a landfall since I was making this when the storm had made a landfall. We are going with the JTWC analysis at this time, since there's no clear evidence of that eye becoming really well defined out of the actual storm yet. It could be 105 or 110, but like with satellite estimates, we don't know. Take a look at the estimates here. We're going with the JTWC's 100 mile per hour, ADT going with 75 miles per hour, which is very odd. AIDT going much higher with 90, open air going with 60 miles per hour, and that is very odd. It's definitely not 60 miles per hour right now, I can tell you that. But yeah, JTWC's latest advisory, which came out, I think it was 2 hours ago, but usually they release their advisories at 2100 UTC or by then. That's when they usually do their advisories, so that's when I usually check them, and they had it at 100 miles per hour, so that's what we are currently putting it at as of this time. Take a look at the JTWC forecast cone. You can see 85 knots. Look at that peak, 110 knots. That is a drastic change from what it was. I think it was only meant to be 100 miles per hour, but it's already at that. 110 knots equates to 125 miles per hour, with gusts up to 135 knots or 155 miles per hour. So a very powerful storm expected. Thankfully, it doesn't look like the main impacts are going to be on Vanuatu then, but look at that. Still a Category 3 potential near Vanuatu. And then it does rapidly weaken by, it looks like, day 2 or beyond there, maybe day 3. Take a look at the Fiji cone here. You can see they're expecting it to become a Category 4 on their scale very soon. You can see that landfall near Port Vila expected, and it becomes a Category 4. Looks like it goes a bit further east than the JTWC forecast cone. They're expected to go a bit further east, which would be worse for the Vanuatu Islands, since, you know, that would be quite a few landfalls. It looks like maybe Fiji are expecting, but you can see it does die off after that point, like pretty much all the other systems do at this point when they move that far south. Of course, we also have that other invest that could form. It's actually probably will form, and it's going to head to a similar place, so it's just going to add further misery. So hopefully this storm doesn't become too strong over Vanuatu. Hopefully the other storm doesn't become too strong either, since that one could become quite strong as well. But I guess we'll just see with time. Here's the microwave imagery, like I was saying before. This is as of 2000 or 2030 UTC, which is 8:30 UTC, I guess, PM, 8:30 PM UTC, and you can see that eye wall really pronounced. I mean, that is as pronounced as you're ever getting. It's getting close to Port Vila right now. A landfall probably going to be very, very soon. I mean, look how close that was. It could have made landfall already, actually. Actually, no, it wouldn't have, because that was about, actually, this is very recent. This is about 30 minutes ago, this microwave pass was, but it is very near landfall. Probably within the next maybe hour or 30 minutes, it will have made landfall over Port Vila. Take a look at the RAM multi-model diagnostic comparison here. We can see the intensity there. Some of them taking it up to, what's that, 100 knots? Some of them taking it up to 100 knots. Majority, though, 80 knots. They're really far behind. Deep layer shears at its lowest it's ever going to be. It's going to start rising from here. Sea surface temperatures are pretty high at the minute. They are going to start dropping, though. Mid-level humidities as high as it's ever going to be. Sitting at around 85%. Really good conditions. Very moist environment. And there are the tracks on the other side. And you can see a pretty certain track along with the storm as well, according to the models. Ending it with the satellite imagery, we can see a really well-defined storm. I mean, look at this. You can see some sort of eye-like feature there trying to wrap itself out. You can see it a lot clearer on the infrared than you can on the colored infrared. And you can see it just a lot clearer on the cloud infrared imagery. You can see that eye trying to wrap itself out. If it can do that, we're going to have a very strong storm. And make sure to stay up to date with this storm.